In my last video, I showed how to diagnose a problem with breaker tripping on the hot tub. Now I'm going to tear into it. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take the heater out and see if I can possibly fix it. So what I'm going to do here, basically I have to take this box out to get at the heater. And the tub is drained. First thing I want to do is take some pictures. It's always a good idea. Just off the top of my head, these are the tools I used, and a tiny bit of silicone to seal up the box. I didn't film ripping out this heater in much detail because it's straightforward, it's easy. I find the channel locks work best for all the clamps. The ground, or also known as the bonding wire off of the heater, I'm going to try to leave the power connected in the box. Right now I'm taking out the 4 mounting screws for the box. I'm thinking that I might not have to take the box right out. I'm hoping that I might just be able to just pull it back this way. Problem is there's a water line hooked to the back of the box right there, and that's going to be a little bit slightly more difficult. These lines are the power for the heater, but also this one here, ground for the heater. Right now I'm just removing a lock nut that the wires go through. It's a bit of a pain, it's really tight in here. Whenever you see me using the heat gun, I'm using it for the flexible plumbing pipe. It makes it more pliable. Voila! Okay, that was easy peasy. Now I want to get a look inside this box and see what's actually in it, because the rest of the heater pretty much looks fine. Now, if I could find my meter, you can actually check these with meters as well. Ah, here's the problem. It's wet inside. And I see why it's wet inside. There's a crack right here. If you flip it over on the other side, you can see this crack, and that's where it's been getting water been getting in there. Why did it crack there? I have no clue. It's been like that for a long time, I can tell. I'm thinking that this, you even look at the writing on it, this is looks like a fairly new heater, and I bet you whoever put this heater in caused that damage, And since then, water's been slowly penetrating that box. And in this situation, penetrating the box is not a good situation. As long as none of this electrical crap is damaged, I think I might be able to actually fix this. A slight line right there. This is supposed to be in further, and this somehow got pulled outwards and got broken. This line shows that it's been like that for a while. Okay, this is the broken piece. I'm going to use what I have to fix it and maybe save 400 bucks. What I'm using is PVC cement. I could use JB Weld, but I don't have any. Now the other thing I'm going to do is I'm going to clean all this up, and I'm going to run a bead of silicone around it, let everything dry out, and clean up the rusty screws. The screws are rusty, so it's been leaking for quite some time. I don't know if you can see the moisture in there, but it's wet. Tiny bit of silicone. Okay, so putting it back together, I just did everything super fast and I reversed the procedure. It's the next day now. Let it run all night. It's all fixed. So that total re took me less than 15 minutes to take it out, less than 15 minutes to put it back, and maybe 15 minutes to seal up the heater. More often than not, I run into something I'm working on. It looks really complicated and it turns out to be simple. It's the things that don't look complicated that end up being complicated. Okay, so I said earlier, well, I could get a technician out. Let's just do a little bit of quick cipher and bear with me for 1 minute. For me to get a technician out, that'd be a 2-hour round trip for the technician guy. Probably a minimum charge of 1 hour to change the heater. So there's 3 hours. They gotta be probably $100 an hour anyways. No, I priced it $150 an hour. Chances are, more than likely, if a technician came out, he would come out and he would just swap the heater out. The cheapest heater I found online was almost 400 bucks. So if the technician is supplying the heater, he's going to charge 30% on top of whatever he pays for it. So I'll be paying over 500 bucks for a heater and probably at least 300 for labor. So there's 800 bucks, taxes, everything. I'll probably be looking at $1,000. I bet you. So 1,000 bucks for under an hour's work, and I know very little about these things. If I can do it, anybody can do it. I got a few more minor things to fix on this thing, and then I should be able to move on to something else, hopefully. Thanks for watching.